Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I've got a great video for you guys today. I've solved the little issue with the two-step module that I put in the last video. If you haven't seen that one, it's pretty good. I show you guys the engine bay. I show you a bunch of wiring cleanup that I did, including the new panel underneath the dash where I did have that two-step module. Unfortunately, after I hooked it up, I couldn't get it to quite engage quite right. It would not limit RPM. Figured that problem out. I talked to the guys at MSD. They said it does need a super reliable 12 volt source. I had it onto a key on power source and it wasn't getting a full 12 volts. Switched it over and I got it working right. I did a little preliminary check, just $3 grand or whatever. But today we're gonna roll the car out onto the driveway and fully engage that two-step at 4,500, which is where I launched this car at. And if you're new to the channel and you want to see some more of that, I got a bunch of drag race videos from last season. I got engine build stuff, dyno stuff. So check out some old videos, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. But it's a beautiful day out, so we're ready to pull this thing out. Of course, I don't have the seats back in the car yet. I want to make sure all this wiring is correct before I put the full interior back in the car. So I got a couple cushions in there I'll sit on. It'll be kind of funny seeing me sitting super low, but I've done this a couple times. It's not too bad. Man, it's a nice day out though. I think my neighbors are gonna be pretty pissed with me after this one though. I'll do a little walk around the car too, show you guys the engine bay if you are new to the channel, and then let's get this thing up on that two-step. It's gonna be good. And here is under the hood. For all you new guys, figured I'd show you guys this, and I do just love showing off this engine and engine bay now. It's looking better and better. This small block does make 530 horsepower. It's a non-stroker, stock crank and rods, trick flow heads, solid roller cam, street driven. You gotta love it. If you're interested more on this engine and the build of it, my dyno video does a complete breakdown of everything that went into the build. So do check that out, it's pretty awesome. And actually, if you're interested in those trick flow heads, I do a nice breakdown of those heads. It was one of my first videos when I started doing this YouTube thing. It's actually what made me start doing YouTube videos, was buying those heads and just seeing no info on them or anybody showing them off. So if you're interested in those heads, I do recommend them to everyone because they're totally awesome. Check that video out. Let's roll this thing out. We'll put a full heat cycle in it before we start putting any RPM in there. Give you guys a complete walk around of the car right now. My temporary hood's been on for about 3 years now. I will replace it eventually. Looking good though, those bars in there look nice. Can't wait for race season. There is that new two-step button. The wiring you see down low, the one by the gas pedal there, that's just for the line lock, and then that's that fan I still have yet to hook up. Still gotta figure that guy out. And there's my deluxe interior that I'm working with right now. Do have the full interior, it'll all be going back in. I'll show you guys that panel too. So not as clean as before with the extra wires kicking around just to make that two-step happy, but it's working. Once I get it totally squared away, I'll clean it up further and probably secure all the wiring. Okay, so we're ready for our first test. The car is all up to temp right now, and I got it set at 3,500. I'll show you guys the box and the dials in a second here. If you're not totally aware about two-step, it's basically just a second rev limiter engaged by a button like I got on the steering wheel up there, and then guys will tie this in with a trans brake. It's not a trans brake, it's a second rev limiter. It's kind of the best way to explain it. I'll show you guys the dials, we'll flash it back up, engage the button, and send it to 35, and then we'll do 45. There's a really good look at it. Basically just turn the dials, set it to where you want it. And I have learned that you have to do that when the car is off. If you change it while the car is operating, it won't necessarily change that RPM limit. But just twist your dials, set it to where you want it, flash her up, and send it. Okay, so that was a pretty good test. Obviously, I'm not doing this with the car in gear just simply for safety's sake, but that worked excellent. I did one time not push the button fully down and it didn't engage the two-step, but now I know I really got to hammer that button. It's all good with me. Let's turn it up, go 4,500 RPM and make this thing crack and bang. Okay, that is absolutely crazy. That 4,500 RPM is absolutely bonkers. I cannot wait to get this thing back out at the track, even on the streets, man. I'm so happy with how everything is going so far. Just got a couple little things to do left. Interior's got to go back in and a tiny bit more wiring, but man, I hope you guys are as stoked on this as I am. I can't believe that 4,500, I'm pretty sure I blew a fireball out of the exhaust too. Can't wait to have this thing on the line. You'll see all of that soon coming up. Stay tuned for more videos. If you're new, subscribe, like this video, share it around. Thanks again for watching.